Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A Hurley man is facing charges for sexual contact and trespassing in Freeman last month. Court documents say 70-year-old Gregory Farrar knocked on a woman's door and asked if her house was for sale.
When she let him in, he allegedly started groping her, kissing her, and made inappropriate comments. As police began investigating, more victims of his were found.
It does seem like it's something that's been going on for a long time, but it's just now being brought to, at least it's just now being brought to the Freeman Police's attention.
Farrar was also charged numerous times in the late 1990s by multiple women. You can find more information on this online story here on KELOLAND.com. Last week, the Hamlin County Sheriff's Office conducted a tobacco and alcohol compliance check at different businesses throughout the county. Authorities say the checks happened on Friday night. 6 businesses were checked for tobacco compliance. 3 of the businesses sold tobacco to a teenager during the check.
A little later, 4 different businesses were checked for alcohol compliance. All 4 of those businesses passed the check. 1 man is dead and 3 others are hurt after a UTV crashed west of Fort Pierre over the weekend. The Stanley County Sheriff's Office says it happened just before 1:45 Saturday morning. Officials say 4 men were riding through a pasture in a side-by-side when the vehicle rolled. One of the men was able to call 911 but didn't know where they were.
It took crews nearly 2 hours to find them. An 18-year-old died at the scene. A 19-year-old was flown to Sioux Falls and is in critical condition. Authorities say who was driving and other details of the crash are still under investigation.
Now let's send it over to meteorologist Brian Karstens for a check of this morning's weather. Should be a pretty nice day out there today, Brian.
Yeah, for the most part, pleasant conditions out there weather-wise. As we look at your forecast today, highs likely into the 70s. Sioux Falls 74, Mitchell 79, Aberdeen a little cooler at 70, even Sisseton holding at 65 today. Some rain showers could redevelop east of I-29, but the likelihood of that being organized is not very high. Coming up in just a couple minutes, we'll take a look at Futurecast and what the forecast for the rest of the week is looking like in just a moment.
All right, thank you very much, Brian. Well, 4 years ago this week, 3 tornadoes touched down in Sioux Falls, causing millions of dollars in damage. Businesses along 41st Street were heavily damaged, and so were several homes in the southern Sioux Falls neighborhood.
The Avera complex on 69th Street also suffered a lot of damage. The director of the emergency department at the Heart Hospital arrived on the scene shortly after the storm had passed.
The amount of devastation in the facility was just amazing. Like, you shouldn't be able to see the sun the next morning shining through the roof of you. It is just so amazing, the strength of what a tornado can do.
Avera used more than 300 pieces of plywood to temporarily fix the building and keep serving patients. Damage was estimated in the tens of millions of dollars. Hot Springs hosted its 10th annual Grand Stair Challenge yesterday in remembrance of 9/11. The Battle Mountain Grand Staircase features 141 steps to the top, 15 trips to the top and bottom equal 1 tower.
This event has participants of all ages, from babies being carried up by their moms to military veterans taking the challenge.
To have a chance to be with other people that are commemorating the same thing, and it's really an honor to be part of this, because everybody deals with trauma to some extent, but most people don't understand what the friends, families, loved ones went through at 9/11.
This year's event saw hundreds of participants from all over the Black Hills, as well as from neighboring states. The Sanford International has made its return to Sioux Falls. A week's worth of activities are underway at Minnehaha Country Club, leading up to Friday's opening round. Tournament director Davis Trousen says the PGA Tour Champions event works hard to keep things fresh from year to year.
The players do a big job of exciting the fans, so getting a good player field each year, which we have again this year, is helpful. But doing the new things, right, like our Jake Owen and John Daly concert on Friday, all the new concession items, things that we have out there with Cafe Coffee and 605 Barbecue, the brisket sandwich, all of those things obviously help as well.
The 54-hole tournament tees off Friday morning. That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather today, we're looking at a few morning showers departing through parts of Minnesota. Low pressure area in the Great Lakes area, kind of instigating some of this. And we do expect today on radar a couple more spots here and there. Might flare up into parts of southern Minnesota. But for the most part, temperatures will be in a really good range. You can see the hourly updates there. Mid-70s, Sioux Falls by 3 p.m. Again, those little freckles showing up there in northwest Iowa and into south central Minnesota. I do think that there's a low-end chance of that happening, but not a huge amount of rainfall. Okay, well, let's take a look at the forecast here. As you see the numbers here into tonight and tomorrow, we're back into the 80s across parts of central and south central Kettleland. And with that warmer weather in mind, we'll start to see if we brew up some rain chances there across the Black Hills, and then maybe some more of that coming in online here by Thursday and Friday. You can see that frontal system. There it is, moving onto the scene there as we get toward the tail end of the work week. Again, some rain with that. Not necessarily a drought buster, but we'll take what we can get. 74 Sioux Falls today, 78 degrees in Yankton. Here's a look at our 7-day forecast. We've got low 80s on Thursday. Mid-70s by Friday and Saturday. Looks nice on those temperatures for the weekend. Forecast numbers for Aberdeen also back in the 70s. Most of this forecast, maybe near 80 on Thursday. Your rain chance at this point is Thursday into Friday. And I would say for Pierre and central South Dakota, well, we're closer to 85 tomorrow, 80 on Thursday, 80 Friday. That one opportunity for rain looks best on Thursday, and then most of these days are drier again. Rapid City, too, a chance of rain starting Wednesday night into Thursday, but numbers pretty good there as we close out the work week in the low 70s. Check out more details with our forecast online at KETTLELAND.com.